Actually, 2026 marks 10 years since my first wedding that I shot, and 5 years since taking my business full time. Yeah, it's kind of a big year. I'm excited.
Oh, so you started taking pictures in your sisters in sports?
Yeah, my brothers too. I still
Okay.
have so many of those files of like the wrestling tournaments.
And no shortage of subjects there.
Exactly. I majored in interior architecture. So I actually worked in design for a couple years before taking my photography business full time. But when they started asking us to come back into the office full time again, I didn't have time to keep doing both. So I kind of had to choose between the two, and I wanted to see where I could take my photography business. At the time, I was more excited than nervous. I was doing a lot of traveling and being able to photograph when I went on these trips, but it all came together and it's kind of been a dream come true ever since.
How'd you end up in the wedding and the travel destination kind of stuff?
2020 with COVID, it really changed the way a lot of people celebrate their weddings. Kind of started out of necessity that couples couldn't celebrate the big traditional weddings that they had originally planned. But then with that, so many people fell in love with the idea of something that was a little bit more intimate, centering their day around travel. We started to see elopements and micro weddings boom. And being in the industry, that's what I love to do too. I love to travel and hike, and being able to combine that love for travel with my passion for photography, I realized that I could create a business out of that and kind of a niche within the industry, and bringing those two parts of two different things that I love together, just what I fell in love with. And I just kind of went all in on it. Travel has always been a big part of my life, so knowing how much I love travel is what really rooted it as a big part of my photography business. My parents are both entrepreneurs, so I always kind of had that gene in me.
Okay.
But I also minored in business.
They were supportive, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. They've been my biggest supporters from when I
that's
started
cool.
this in high school. With photography, it was pretty much all self-taught. I remember when I was in high school, actually, I was in an independent art class. We got to pick our own projects and kind of make our own curriculum for it. And I remember asking my art teacher if photography would count as an art project. Now looking back, I laugh at, because obviously I know how much artistic and creative involvement photography has.
Sure.
But pretty much from then on, it's all been very self-taught. It was one of the projects I made my sister's model for. They're still my go-to if I need help with something, or I have a creative idea. I'm like, always call my little sister. I'm like, hey, do you and your boyfriend mind helping me out with this?